We know that God is merciful, is kind. In fact, we say it every day. The services, Hashem, Hashem, Kel, Rachum, V'chanun, Chapayim. Yet we find that he is very, very severe in handing out death penalties for seemingly minor, irrelevant behaviors, such as the story of this week's Parsha. Let's discuss this in a moment, but before this, we'll say thank you to him because he is extremely merciful. Mizmor lesoida, hariu ladene kolaretz, ivdus adenu v'simcha, boi lefanav benana duki adenu elim hu asane v'lo nachnama v'tzom arisoi, boi yishor v'soida chatzroise v'silo hoidu levocha shumoi, kitoi v'adenu le'lam chazdoi v'yadoi v'dore munasoi. Let's give some tzedakah. So we have a story in the parsha of this week about an individual that went to gather some wood, chop wood, gather wood. It is ish eitzim b'yom HaShabbos. Found an individual who was gathering wood on the day of Shabbos. What did then? So they brought him to Moshe Rabbeinu. They locked him up because they weren't sure what they're supposed to do with him. And then God said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Mois yomas ha'ish, this man must be put to death, stone him, etc. And indeed, that's what they did. What did this poor man do? He went to gather a little bit of wood? Death penalty? That sounds extremely, extremely exaggerated as a punishment. Now, I don't want to go into the whole discussion in the Talmud, why he did it, his intentions were good, and so on. He wanted to prove that the Torah is still applicable as before, but I want to deal with this issue in itself. Death penalties handed out for lighting a match on Shabbos. So the Rebbe addressed this issue many years ago, and he gave the following context. Imagine, he says, that was during the time where the states, the East, the West, and the East, the free world with the dictatorship, communist world, were in a race who is going to reach the moon the first. Who is going to get into space. And there was something where the whole geopolitical balance of the world was depending on. Is it going to be Russia? Is it going to be the States? And there was a major, major, major important worldwide event. Finally, as we know, the Americans won out. First Apollo, Neil Armstrong, first man to be sent into space, to be sent to the moon. And the Rebbe said like this, think about it. The amount of ingenuity that went in to create, to develop the space shuttle, spaceship. The cost of it, exorbitant. We wouldn't even know the amount. The training of the astronaut to make sure that the whole journey, the mission, is successful. Right? The whole world, the politics, the balance of the world, is it going to be the free world or is it going to be the oppressing part of the world that is going to win? It's going to become the rulers of the world. Now, finally, we're at launch, sitting in a cockpit, and the countdown. And then the astronaut gets very, very anxious, very stressed, realizing the responsibility which hangs on one man's shoulder. The whole world is depending on how the spaceship is going to be successful or not. And he's so stressed, he needs to relax. So while the countdown is happening, he can't take it. He takes out a match, he lights a match, and He wants to smoke a cigarette to relax. But when you light the match in this environment, the whole thing explodes. Now, what did he do? He just lit a match. What did he cause? Destruction. Spaceship. The world balance. Says the Rebbe, we have to understand. This world is a spaceship. It is on a journey to go to Geula. Every minute act, every mitzvah, is just lighting a match in the cockpit. And therefore we have to appreciate the severity of it. So friends, let's be careful with every minute detail, because this is how we are going to come with a spaceship into the Geula with Mashiach.